Chairman Mahoney and members of the committee. My name is Jack Dean, a retired engineer from Mattapoisett, and I thank you for this opportunity to speak to you about the importance of the We the People Act, Senate Bill 379. Well, corporations have been around for a long time, and they serve a useful purpose in limiting personal liability, etc. Corporate enterprises were accepted by the founding fathers, provided they had proper limitations and safeguards. The majority opinion in the 2010 Supreme Court decision in Citizens United versus the FEC, however, endorsed and codified the concept of corporate personhood. It did so by giving First Amendment protection of free speech to corporations and unions, whether we consider them people or not. In so doing, the decision took away those proper limitations and safeguards. Most people today, however, side with the position of Justice James Nelson as a dissenter in the Montana Supreme Court's 2011 case, Western Tradition Partnership versus Montana Supreme Court. He stated, "I am compelled to say something about corporate personhood. Human beings are persons, and it is an affront to the inviolable dignity of our species that courts have created a legal fiction which forces people, human beings, to share fundamental natural rights with soulless creations of government. These soulless creations have been funding efforts to roll back regulatory protections of our environment and the health of our citizens. They have changed the balance of power in our democracy and have contributed greatly to the rising economic inequality in our land. The national movement has been gaining wide acceptance by proposing a 28th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. This amendment is intended to overturn the Citizens United decision and give control of our government back to the people for whom the Constitution was written. America, once the beacon of democracy for the world, has deteriorated into an oligarchy controlled by large corporations and billionaires. Although our votes are counted, they no longer count. Studies have noted that economic elites have substantial influence over government policies, while the views of average citizens don't matter. The We the People Act demands favorable consideration by our legislators so that those who have been elected can give voice to all individual citizens of our state, not just moneyed interests and artificial entities. This bill has widespread bipartisan support. I implore you to act judiciously and expediently so this bill can be voted out of committee and get a hearing by the legislature as a whole.